Alright, hello, hello. My name is Rin. I am the first time DMer. Um, we are going ahead and going through the story of the lone child. Kiddo, would you like to introduce yourself and your character name?
Uh, Hi, my name is Knox, and I am um playing Aspen.
Alright, we are going to start off um in a big forest where there is a little cave that you and your family has lived in, your parents and you have lived in for a few years now. Not too long. Would you like to describe your character and what they look like, yada yada?
Um, the, the, the they are a druid with pale hair and black, pale skin and black hair, also black eyes and elf ears.
You are well. Where are you? Um, in the cave or outside the cave?
By the entrance of the cave.
All right, you are sitting by the entrance with your little frog sprout in your hands. Um, as your parents are currently out hunting, gathering, grabbing some food for supper. What would you like to do?
Around,
All right. Um, do you know how to roll investigation?
you know,
All
I
right.
just have the dice.
Okay. Okay. You have your character sheet, right? On D&D Beyond.
Yeah,
So on your character sheet, there should be a stat that says investigation. If you click on that, it'll roll it for you. Let's see. Uh, so investigation should be right under intimidation and right above medicine. Um, okay, but there should be a modifier next to it that says a plus something, and if you click on that, it'll go ahead and roll the dice for it, and then immediately add up your modification.
I did that.
All right, what did you get?
Uh, a total
Mm-hmm.
9.
Okay.
Plus 4.
Alright. Around you, you see the trees you have been with for a few years of your life now. And you see that they are some sort of spruce tree. You have a campfire above, like, right in front of the cave. Um, you see your sleeping mats in the cave. Um, and off in the distance, you see your father with a bow in his hand trying to hunt a deer that is also in the distance. Your mother is nowhere in sight, but your dad is right there. He's not that far away.
That doesn't at all concern me.
Alright, what would you like to do next?
Mm, I'd like to put Sprout down and go to my father asking where my mother is.
Alright, your father is about 30 to 40 feet away from you. Um, and he turns to you when you come up to him and goes, "Shh, here, get in the bush here. Alright, I don't want to scare away the deer. What is it you need? Are you alright?"
gonna ask where my mother is.
Oh, your mom's off hunting. She's a little further away. You see, right there, through the trees over there. That's where your mom is. She's not that far away, just not as close to the camp as I am. Would you like to help me hunt this deer? He's almost down, I
Yeah,
promise. There's a few arrows stuck in him. I just haven't hit the fatal point yet. Would you like to help me?
yeah.
All right. Can you? Hmm. What would be a good thing? Do you take the bow your father has, or any weapons that you previously have already?
Take the bow.
All right. Um, your father has a pretty sturdy bow, and he hands you an arrow that if you hit the deer correctly, should bring it down. Um, can you roll? Let's say performance.
I got a 1.
You got a one now.
I got a 1.
You got a natural one. Okay. All right. So um you go ahead and grab the bow and the arrow and aim to shoot, but the bow is far too heavy for you, and so you misfire, and the arrow goes bonk 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 through the trees and scares the deer away.
Oh, that's not good.
Your father turns to you and goes, "Okay, well, good first try." um, was there anything you wanted to tell me since you were over here?
Hmm. We don't have much food left. Is it okay if I go look for berries?
Yeah, of course. Just stay within the forest, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want the kingdom finding us. Not again. Alright, so do you go off now?
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
I grab Sprout and then go off. I need Sprout.
You go back to the cave, grab Sprout, and in which direction do you go?
Um, Away from the kingdom towards the entrance of the forest.
Okay, so that would be behind the cave, because cave is facing the kingdom. So you go behind the
Mm-hmm.
cave. How far off do you go? Like how many feet around?
20 feet.
Okay. Um, ba that would be not that far behind the cave. Um, what would you like to do while you're there? Would you like to see what's around you, or
Look for any berries, mushrooms that are edible.
okay? Um, can you roll a nature check for me?
Yes. I got a 3.
All right. Um, there are not any berry bushes that seem edible, but are, um, there are some mushrooms here. Let's see. What would the mushrooms look like? Ba 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 ba. Ba ba. All right. Found this on Google. That is what the mushrooms look like.
Um,
Would you like to pick them up?
yes.
All right. There is a only a small bit of mushrooms there. There are about maybe five smaller mushrooms. Not gonna be much to even put in a stew.
As long as there's food.
Possibly poisonous food, but the food. Alright, would you like to go further off, or... Alright, how much further off? And again, in what direction?
Oh, away from the cave, the same direction I'm going, about 20 more feet.
Alright, um, so it's about 40 feet from the cave now. Alright, what would you like to do?
Look for berries and mushrooms once again.
Another nature check.
Edible. Edible ones this time. But what is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, I don't know what I got.
Oh?
I think it was like 17.
Would you like to roll again, just to make sure?
Mm. 9.
Alright. You see maybe one berry bush, possibly two, but they're so intertwined that you're not completely sure whether it's one or two.
Yeah, that's fair.
But let's see. Gonna try to find another image. But they look like this. Would you like to pick them?
Yes.
Alright. Um, and they go into your pouch along with the few mushrooms that you got. There are a lot more of these berries than there were of the mushrooms, but they're still only one or two bushes, and not a lot of the berries seem ripe. They seem more of a reddish color. Um, alright, what would you like to do now?
Go back to the cave, but look around as I'm walking to see if there are any more berries or mushrooms.
Alright, as you're walking, you see quite a few more bushes and quite a few more patches of mushrooms, but they all seem poisonous. They all seem unhealthy. They look pretty similar to the ones you have, but you get the vibe that they're not ripe or good. Alright, as you make it to the cave, um, again, what would you like to do?
Sit down and watch my father hunt.
Alright, you sit down and watch your father hunt for about an hour before he comes back with finally a deer and a few rabbits over his shoulders and in his pack. And shortly after, your mother comes back with another deer and a few squirrels instead of rabbits.
Okay.
Um, again, what would you like to do? Would you like to talk to them? Would you like to try to make food?
I would like to try to make food, please.
Alright, you know how to. Okay, first off, history check. I want to know what
Hmm?
you know how to make. History check.
Like common dishes, like stew.
Yes, but depending on how much you roll is depending on how many things you know how to do.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. 14.
All right, that's quite a few actually. That's a pretty good roll. Damn. um, you know how to make venison from the deer pretty easily, although you're gonna need a little bit of help. Um, and you know how to make rabbit stew. Um, and now that you look at your berries and mushrooms a bit more, you realize they are not edible. So you can't make a mushroom stew. Um, but you can make. quite a few different things with the deer and the rabbit, although you're a little bit stumped on the squirrels.
Yeah, I would be. Who eats squirrels?
Your mother, apparently.
Oh,
Would you like to talk to your parents while you're making food?
not risk burning myself again? No.
Uh huh.
Look, they already have a lot of scars from burning themselves while cooking. Okay, I don't want any more.
It's a little funny. But as you are
Um,
cooking, your parents are chatting together about their hunting experiences, and your mother says in very whisper tones, I swear I could have seen one. I mean, listen, I know the trees aren't supposed to move, but I swear it was walking. Hon, come on.
oh, okay.
It's
Like,
almost like they don't want you to know what they saw. Well, specifically what your mother saw, but they don't say it quiet enough so you can't hear. Ella, come here. Hey, Pupper. Um, After you make the food, you three sit down and your father asks you about your day. Like a good dad that he is.
good dad. Thank you for adding that. Mm, my day was good. I just went and picked berries and also watched you hunt, so it was pretty uneventful.
Your mother nods and seems like fake offended that you didn't watch her hunt.
Can I ask my mother how her day was?
Yeah. Um, she stares at you for a minute or so and then goes, Well, I was out hunting with your father. Um, as you noticed, I got some missed kills and killed a few squirrels, as well as the deer. But it was alright. Not like it was back in the kingdom, of course, but it was fairly uneventful. I'm a bit sweaty because of the hunting, but it was fine. She seems a bit nervous. If you look a bit closer at her face,
Can I ask her about why she's nervous?
can you roll an insight for me?
11.
Okay. Um, she doesn't. She says it's nothing, but since she is your mother, you know that it's because of what she was talking to your father about in hushed tones beforehand.
Didn't I say beforehand that I couldn't hear about it?
Uh, they were they were trying to make sure that you couldn't hear, but your mother was talking loudly enough, so it's not like you couldn't eavesdrop slightly. You could hear a few words here and there. You heard trees moving. Um, you could hear I swear. Um, you could hear a few snippets of the conversation, though not all of it.
Um, alright. Okay. Um, what time would it be right now?
Um, it would be about 6:30, maybe 6:45 in the evening. So not quite late enough for it to be dark, but it is getting there.
Um, I'm gonna. finish my meal and then ask to see if I can go get try to get more non-poisonous berries.
After you finish your meal, um, your mother lays back in the cave. Your father goes out to the cave entrance with you, and as you state that you're going to go ahead and find more mushrooms and berries, he tells you that he will go with you because he's bored and wants to hang out with his child.
Okay, that's fair. Um, I want to go like towards the area where they were hunting before, in front of the cave instead of behind it.
All right. Um, as you walk over there, your father follows you and leads you to a couple berry bushes that he knows are edible because he was over here beforehand. He just was too busy hunting to gather. Um, and he has a basket wrapped around his arm, ready to help out pick as many as you figure you need.
Okay. Mm, so, uh, once we're done with that berry bush, can I look around to see if I can see any mushroom patches?
Can you, let's see, can you roll an investigation for me?
9.
Alright, you see, actually, let's see if I can roll investigation for your father, because that might
Oh.
be useful. He got lower than you. He got 8. um, as you two go ahead and um, look around, you notice there are a few patches of mushrooms on some tree stumps. Um, although you both, using your collaborative assumptions, figure, they might be edible. They might be edible. Should probably talk to mom about it, but that can wait for later. They're probably edible. They're probably fine.
Okay. What do the mushrooms look like?
Let's see. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Copy
Give me a
image.
color.
This is what they look like.
I, I don't know what this is.
It's in chat.
Oh, so that's where you're sending it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd I'd suggest that maybe we shouldn't grab the mushrooms because they're more vibrantly colored and that could mean they're poisonous.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being
Um,
smart.
your father stares at them for a second, then looks over at you and just nods, like, yeah, no, you're probably right.
Hmm. When I look around for any more mushroom patches or berry bushes, do I see anything weird?
um, you see what looks like a maybe a coyote in the distance. Not um so close that you couldn't be safe if you were to run back to the cave or if you were to do any attacks. But it also hasn't spotted you yet, and it's like maybe 30, 40 feet away.
I want to pet it.
It's in the direction of the kingdom. Um,
Oh, never
but
mind then.
although the kingdom
Never
is several
mind.
miles away instead of a few feet. So if you would like to try to, tame it, you can go ahead. You can try.
But
I'd have to have you roll animal handling, but you can try.
can I roll an animal handling to
Go
see
ahead.
if I can? I got a 3. I don't think that's very good.
As you get closer, it sees you and runs away.
Oh. Well, I mean, I could have used the squirrels to tame it.
You could have. If you really wanted to,
I
you
could
probably could
have.
have. It probably could have worked.
Said they didn't have the squirrels on. If I did, I think it attacked me. Anyways,
Depending.
um, I'm sad that the coyote ran away, but where it was, I look around for berries.
Um, there are a few bushes that you saw that it was probably going nom at, which probably means that they are like edible. Considering if a coyote is eating it, it's probably not poisonous. Um,
I pick the berries.
yes. You pick a few handfuls and put it in the bag that you had the berries and mushrooms in last time you went foraging. What would you like to do
So
next?
I'd like to go back to the cave and check on my mother because she's lonely.
You go back to the cave, your dad following suit after he notices. Um, and you check on your mother, who is currently resting. She is taking a nap inside her um, bedding area.
Can I put Sprout on her head?
Yes, you can. Sprout is a live animal, right?
Sprout is in fact a live animal. Little frog they've tamed.
Uh, you put a shroud on your mother's forehead as she is lying on her back. And as you do so, your mother opens her eyes and just kind of looks up at Sprout and then at you, and then picks up Sprout and sits up. Hi, kiddo. Thank you.
Do you like your gift?
I mean, technically, he's still your gift. He's not mine.
I mean, you didn't technically give him to me. I tamed him, but still,
Yeah, nature's gift to you. Still a gift.
yeah.
I mean, this food is a gift.
Excuse me, did you just say Sprout's food?
No, the food that we caught earlier, kiddo. Come on.
Okay, good. You
I
better not eat Sprout.
As much as I don't like eating squirrels, I also don't like eating frogs.
Yeah, I wouldn't assume you're Coyote.
What? What do you mean?
Coyotes eat squirrels and frogs. They also eat insects. In insects.
Uh huh. Did you go out foraging with your father? Is that what I'm missing?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
We got
brother.
we got some berries.
Okay. She calls over your father and whispers something in his ear. Um, can you roll an insight for me with advantage? Meaning you can roll it twice and just take the higher roll.
11.
All right. You're not completely sure what they're saying, but you notice a few snippets. Um, like town and supplies, um, and go. And your father afterwards, um, looks a bit worried. Um, um, but he, after a short period of time, nods and leaves the cave.
Oh,
He
my father
he leaves
abandoned.
the cave and turns around, not going towards the kingdom, but going in the opposite direction. What would you like to do?
See if I can sneak out and follow him.
All right. As your mother lays down again, um, she um asks you if you can go foraging again. As she is not certain we have enough mushrooms specifically. Because uh she got a good look at the berries and stuff that you guys got beforehand, uh, which is enough to last a few days, but not mushrooms, which are, in my opinion, a lot more useful. um, so that gives you a good um, reason to leave and go follow your father if you wish to.
I wish to follow my father.
All right. As you go the same direction he went, um, you notice he is about 20 feet ahead of you. Would you like to sneak or would you like to just go up to him?
Sneak.
Alright, can
Whoa.
you roll stealth for me?
20.
20? Like a natural 20? Or,
Natural, natural
okay,
20.
okay. Ha. well then.
Natural 1, natural 20.
You're getting all the rolls here, damn. okay. You are invisible. He does not notice you. Not even
Yay!
bugs and deer notice you. Nothing notices you. Would you like to stay at a steady pace at 20 feet behind of him, or would you like to go a bit closer?
Go a little bit closer.
Alright,
Enough where I can, like, see his facial expressions, but also not be heard,
alright.
I
You
guess.
go to about 10, 15 feet away from him, ducking behind trees, behind bushes, yada yada. Um, and he is walking in a fairly straight path through the trees, almost like he has definitely done this beforehand. Um, and you notice he is going a lot farther from the cave than you guys have been together in the few years that you've been here. He's going, presumably, to the entrance of the forest.
What would happen if I scared him?
He'd probably tell you to go back home.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do that.
What would you like to do, though?
Uh, wait, do I have sprout?
Presumably, yes.
Presumably, yes. Okay. Um, can I have sprout scare him?
Can you roll an animal handling for me? To try and tell Sprout to go scare him.
I got a 5.
Sprout just stares you and does the whole frog blink thing. He does not know what you mean.
Okay. Uh, what? Do I still have my berries?
That's up to you. Do you still have your berries?
Yes, just
Okay.
in case of anything. Throw a berry at his head.
Um. Yes, you can. I don't even know what to make you roll for that, so I'm just not. You throw a berry at his head. It lands on his upper back, um, because of wind and yada yada throwing his shit.
Gravity. Gravity. That's the
Yeah.
word you're looking for.
So, how? Let's see. You throw the berry. It lands on. It lands like in between his shoulders. He doesn't seem to notice it.
Can I try and throw it again?
Yes, you can.
Yay.
You throw another one. This one lands in his hair. Um,
Oh,
and he just looks around, being like, "I swear, of any fucking squirrels."
I'm invisible, so he can't see me. I can't get in trouble.
and um, he looks around. He uh, turns in a full full circle. Doesn't notice anything out of the regular, and continues on his way. In a in a in about half an hour, you two, well, he makes it to the entrance of the forest and kind of like dusts off his clothes, um, deals with his hair to make sure it's not a mess, and uh, you you notice as you get closer that there is a town there. Not a big town, but it's not like the kingdom that you were raised in, but it's not like only one or two houses. There's about let's say 15 houses, a few pop-up shops, stuff like that.
After I look at the town for maybe a minute or two, can I pick up an acorn from the ground and throw it at him?
Yes, you can.
Or
Um,
God doesn't.
it hits his shoulder, and he looks back into the forest and shakes his fist at it, going, "Damn you, squirrels!" And he turns back and goes to a pop-up shop um, that has above the counter, basically, um, Adventurers Guild as the name of the shop.
Okay. I'm not gonna throw another acorn at his head because he's in a town.
He is in town. It would be kind of weird.
How exactly does the invisibility work? Am
uh,
I just like
you're
fully
not
invisible,
literally invisible.
but just no one notices me?
Yeah, or at least no one noticed you while you were in the forest. Although this is a different setting, people might notice you considering there's less trees and people.
Yeah.
You are
But
now
there's
out of the forest.
there's also more people. So
Yes, there are more people. There are um about 50 people just bustling about. Supposedly more in houses and stuff. There is a dock fairly close by, um, that has a few boats, a few people getting on ferries, a few people getting off, yada yada.
I'm gonna also fix my hair and fix my clothes so I look more, not messy
Put together.
and yeah, more together and look around the town while attempting to avoid Father Dearest.
Alright, your father seems very preoccupied in buying uh, some rope, some bows, arrows, not exactly bows, but a lot more arrows, um, more supplies for camp, supposedly.
Okay.
Around there are a few shops, like a sweet shop. Um, there is a pawn shop. There are a few houses that seem to be holding um,
People.
yes, people that seem to be like a brewery uh, with a brewery downstairs and supposedly a house upstairs. Um,
Mhm.
there is a tavern, which again is the same deal, store kind of thing downstairs, probably a room upstairs. There's a lot of two-story buildings. Um,
Um, can I go to the pawn shop and try to sell some berries for money?
yes. As you go up to the pawn shop, there is, let's see, ba, ba, ba. Let's see if I can find a good picture.
Please tell me there is a person.
Yes, there is. I'm trying to find a picture
Okay.
of a person. There is a dragonborn woman who looks kind of like this. Um,
Oh, that's pretty.
yeah, she is behind a counter, and she looks at you as you walk into this two-story building, and she goes, "Well, hello there. I haven't seen you around. Hello, did you come in on a ferry?"
Can I be nervous and awkward and just like smile and nod?
Yes, you can. She doesn't seem to mind. She seems like the yapper kind type. She goes, "Well, welcome. This is the town of Elvendale. We have
Oh,
a bunch of different people here. We are hoping to expand the village. I hope you will become a resident. Welcome to my little pawn shop, Stacy's Pawns. Um, there are a bunch of different trinkets here, if you would like. You can trade, you can barter, yada yada. What would you like to do?"
to ask if I can sell some potentially poisonous berries and mushrooms.
Um, she kind of stares at you for a second and goes, "Well, I don't usually take foodstuffs, but we could do that. I could probably, use it for self use. I probably couldn't sell it offhand.
Self-use.
Self use as in eating it." uh,
Eating
she
poisonous berries? Good idea.
she holds out her hands and goes, "Can I see you?"
Hand her two berries.
She looks at them, puts them under the microscope, and says, "These are from the forest, aren't they?"
Where'd you get a microscope?
It's it's on the counter. She has it there just in case she needs to inspect like jewelry and stuff to see if it's genuine. Um, she goes, "These are like from the forest, aren't they?" Um, the forest is dangerous. You probably shouldn't go there. Though these do seem edible, I think. I haven't been to the forest personally. I'm not completely sure about the stuff in there. Um, for your own safety though, please don't go back in there. I've heard legends and rumors about monsters. I don't think it's safe for like a newcomer. But anyway, I could probably take this for something. What would you like in here? We have some jewelry. We have we have about anything. We have a conglomeration of things that people have traded in. What would you like?
Can I ask for some money and try to bargain it up?
Oh, money. How many do you have? Of these berries, I mean.
I don't have how many money. Um, I'd say 22.
All right,
I can't remember the numbers.
I can give you. Let's see. What can I give you? And uh, she is looking through the cash register. Um, let's see. Um, I could probably give you 10 silver pieces or gold if you want. Maybe I could get up to 12 silver pieces, gold, and two. It they're not super valuable, but I don't know. Would you like it to be in gold or in silver?
Silver.
All right. Um, and uh she rummages through the cash register and picks up 13 silver pieces. And she hands it to you, being like, "Well, you're a newcomer. Have more money than I probably would have given you anyway. Here you go.
Newcomer, have more money.
Have fun
I
in
take
the
the money.
shops."
Okay. Um, I take the money and say thank you. I walk out, make sure my father is nowhere to be seen, but also that I can at least see like a glimpse of him to make sure that, he doesn't find out I'm here.
All right, roll perception. I think.
13. 13.
All right. You notice that he is nowhere in sight. Um, you're not completely sure where he is, but you know that he wouldn't be able to see you most likely.
Okay. They're like a food store.
There
Grocery.
is a sweet shop. There is a general food store.
Can I go to the general food store?
All right, you go to the general food store and there is a. It is once again in a two-story building. Uh, you notice that there uh, is another counter that has another person there, as well as the rest of the downstairs layer downstairs floor is packed full of non-perishable items. So like potatoes, onions, stuff like that. And you notice your father is not in fact in here.
Can can I look around and see if they have any like slugs or worms or things for sprout?
Um, you look, and in the corner there is a small section of food that you would go fishing with, and there are some normal earthworms in there.
How much do they cost?
You notice that it is one worm is 1 silver piece.
That's expensive.
Yeah, well, how else would they get money? I mean, come on.
People fish more.
They
I mean,
don't.
still. Mhm. But can I get 5 worms
Yeah, that's very
and
reasonable.
also try to bargain the price down this time?
Yeah, you could. Probably there was a sign up front that said bargaining and trading welcome.
Okay, so I can. Okay, so I get just the worms and go to counter.
All right, you go up to the counter, and there is a woman there who seems almost like you've met her before. She looks like kind of like that.
She looks like she'd be my mother. You're like,
You've
what's
met
that
her, but
grin?
can you roll an insight check for me?
Yes, yes. I didn't click. Natural 20.
All right. You look at her, and she is your sister that you haven't seen in several years now. Although,
Oh,
as you look at her, she looks at you like she's confused as to why you're just standing there. Like, hello, um, are you okay?
yeah, sorry, you just look like someone. Uh, just this, please.
Oh, that would be 5 silver pieces.
Can I order the price down?
Well, what reason do you have?
Huh?
What reason do you have?
I don't have a lot of money.
Fair enough. Usually, people who come in here are fairly also not really well off. I probably should make the price lower. um,
Yeah, you probably should.
yeah,
Maybe then more
but
people would go fishing.
I also don't really have a lot of money, so I mean, it's not gonna do a gold piece per worm.
Gold piece for one worm?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm doing that. It's a lot better,
That's
honestly.
that's the other way around. I'm trying to buy the worms from you.
Yeah. So it's not like I'm like having people buy it with a gold piece instead of a silver piece. I mean, this is a lot lower, honestly.
It's it's not color.
I mean, 10 silver pieces is one gold piece, basically.
Yeah,
So I mean,
I'm getting
I
five
could be doing
worms.
worse.
I have five worms. What is their tax?
No, I mean, I just buy things too in the shops.
Okay, can I try to persuade her with mushrooms?
Um, let's see. Roll persuasion.
5.
She looks at them and looks back at you like several times. And goes, those are poisonous. You do know this, right?
You can use them for things like medicine. Once it's like, you know,
Uh huh.
please.
I mean, I'm not the doctor around here. There is a doctor, but I'm not him. I mean, I don't know. I could lower the price a little bit, but it'd probably only take one silver piece off. You'd only have to pay 4 instead of 5.
That works.
Okay, sure. Let's do that then. 4 silver pieces here.
I give her 4 silver pieces and then take the worms and just leave.
All right.
I don't even say bye. I don't say thank you. I just leave.
Now you have 9 silver pieces. I think because
Yeah.
you're given 4. You were giving 13 beforehand, so yes, now you should have 9.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, look around for father. Make sure he isn't here. Or if he
Um,
is,
roll an investigation.
6.
All right. You don't think he's around. You're not completely sure, but you're kind of sure he's not, like, in eye shot at least.
That's hmm. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna feed Sprout one of the worms. Let him eat,
All right.
because
He takes it. He
Sprout
takes
can't
it
eat
very
it.
quickly. He
Yay!
slurps it down like fucking spaghetti.
Wait, are people staring at me because I have a pet frog?
No, not really. You notice that a few other people have familiars, basically. People have pets. Um, Someone has a squirrel on their shoulder for whatever reason. People don't
Okay,
really give
hopefully
a
my mom
shit.
doesn't kill that.
But yeah,
um,
overall, people don't really give a shit. They're just trying to get around their
okay,
business.
okay,
It
okay.
seems like this is one of the villages that is just kind of on the way to a bigger village down the beach or something.
hmm Um, can I go back to the forest without anyone seeing?
Probably you're still on the outskirts of the forest. You're not that far away. Although you notice that the um okay, so on the barrier of the forest to village, the village is on clover basically. And as soon as the barrier is there, you notice that um, it goes from clover immediately to really long grass, and almost like a very straight line.
Okay. Um, am I able to leave the town and kind of just like wander by the forest until no one can see me?
Yes,
Wander around.
you can wander, but can you do a stealth for me just to make sure no one sees you?
15.
Um, you notice that one or two people look over at you when you leave the village, but no one really cares.
Okay. Um, hmm. I think a little about what Stacy said about the legends in the forest and decide to just go into the forest because, well, it's where I live. And also, hopefully, my dad isn't back yet
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Um, as you go down the path that your father went beforehand, um, you think back on the two people that you have met, Stacy and the unnamed woman who you are certain was your sister. Um, and you noticed on the long trek home that your sister didn't recognize you. You didn't think it had been long enough for her to just not recognize her little sibling anymore, but she didn't. She's obviously older than you. She's in her 20s now, but she didn't know who you were.
My sister forgetting me is like in the back of my mind, but it's still like nagging me. But I go back home, put what time would it be?
Uh, it would be maybe 8 o'clock now?
Okay. I put Sprout into his little teeny pond, let him like go to bed and rest after feeding him another worm, and go into the cave, making sure my dad isn't there.
Your dad is not home yet, but your mom
Okay.
is has woken up from a nap and looks at you and says, "Hi, you were gone for quite a bit. Did you find anything?"
I did find some stuff, but they were all poisonous.
Aw, well, that's a bother. We need to go further off next time, I guess. It
Yeah.
seems like it's
I
just not the
shrug.
season anymore.
I shrug and then make sure I hide the worms because, well, mother can't know, and
That makes
just sit down in in on like the side of the cave and just kind of zone out.
sense. After about 10 minutes of you just sitting there, your father reaches the cave. Um,
Yay!
and he has come back with quite a few arrows, some rope, and some other normal survival gear. Um, and he goes ahead and puts it next to your mother and goes, "All right, I got the supplies that we needed. Um, is there anything else I might have missed?" And she looks over the gear and just shakes her head, like, "No, you're good. You got everything. Thank you, hon." Um, and your father goes to the back of the short cave that you guys have spent like 4 years in now, and he lays against the cave and just kind of dozes off. What would you like to do?
Zone back in and like stare at my father blankly for like maybe a minute or two before eventually asking in a more blunt tone, "Where were you?"
As you stare at him, he has his eyes closed and doesn't notice. But when you ask a question, he opens his eyes slowly and says, "Well, I was making the gear that your mother needed."
I look at him suspiciously since I, well, know where he went and pause for a second before eventually answering. There's no, like, leather here. Not any that we can get, at least.
Eh, we have a few deer. Deer can
We
make
have
deer skin is pretty decent leather. Maybe eventually I'll teach you how to make this stuff. But for now, just trust me when I say I got this under control.
okay. Um, I just kind of ignore the last part of what he said and go and stare at the wall once again, kind of just um in my own world.
As you zone out again, we're gonna go ahead and do a time lapse, and we're gonna say that after we're gonna say that it's been several hours, and the entire all three of you were asleep until you get startled awake by a sound outside of the cave.
All of us, or just me?
Just you. Your parents. Well, your father is still fast asleep, fucking snoring. But your mother is also still asleep.
Okay.
Your father fell asleep in a
Um,
very wrong position. Um,
hopefully he doesn't break anything, like an old man. Um, okay. I quietly get up and go grab Sprout, putting like keeping him close to me as I look around the entrance of the cave, looking for anything suspicious or out of place.
can you do an investigation for me?
15.
As you look around the cave, um, you notice several night creatures, a few coyotes, a few insects, yada yada. The normal nocturnal animals, right? And then you also notice what looks like a tree, just a normal tree, but its roots are unnatural. They're above the ground, and it looks like the tree is walking, almost
Okay.
like a centaur would.
What, does the tree only have four roots or something?
No,
Or is it walking like a
I'm just
centipede?
saying
Is
that
it...
it looks. I'm just saying that it looks like it has that it's walking with multiple legs, not just like a human.
Okay. Okay. Um, Instead of leaving Sprout back in his little pond, I decided to keep him inside the cave with me and also um uh grab my swords and make sure they're ready to like take if anything happens. Because also I am scared.
If you'd like to, you can try shooting at it with your dad's bow.
Can I?
Yeah, I mean, he got new arrows.
So I pick up my dad's bow. It's not too. I don't think it's too heavy this time, and try to shoot the walking tree.
Roll performance again.
16.
All right. As you pull the arrow back and shoot, it um, it does land on the tree. It lands not in the middle of it, but to the side. Um, Although it still hits and is in the tree. The tree falls over, and you hear a cry like, "Oh, dang it!"
Oh. Can I sneak out of the cave and see what the hell that was?
All right. How? Okay. Can you do a stealth check for me? And how close are you going?
A what?
Stealth check.
Okay.
The tree was about
Um,
where your father was hunting earlier in the day.
so maybe about like
30,
10
40
feet away
feet.
from.
30, 40 feet is where it is.
Okay, I want to be like 10 feet away from the tree. Also, I got 14. Um, and see like what the actual hell
All right.
was that
Let's see. Where's a good picture once again?
of a tree?
Nope.
Huh? Should I be concerned at all?
No, not really.
Okay, if you say so.
Image. As you get closer, you notice a man. Um,
I thought it was a tree.
you notice the man. He doesn't have an arrow in him. He just he's next to the tree. Although the tree looks hollow. Um, he's trying to pry the arrow out of it. He doesn't notice you immediately. But as you get closer, as you get to that 10 feet mark, you step on a branch, and it kind of
Hmm.
startles him, going, "Hello, fuck," and he notices you. Doesn't recognize you though. Can you roll an insight for me?
16.
You recognize him. You recognize him as the woman you saw before's brother, your brother.
Um,
Although he has no idea
um,
who you are.
Damn, what happened? Did they get their memory wiped or something? Um,
He's only a few years older than you. Uh, while the woman before was in her early 20s, he's not even 20 years old yet. He seems to be about 18, 19 years old, maybe.
Okay. Um, I instinctively grab my swords and approach him, making sure that he stays on the ground or stays sitting, whatever he's in, whatever like pose he's in.
Alright. Let's see. Alright, he looks up at you and glares at you, going, "Okay, little kid, listen, I'm not here for any trouble. I'm just here so I can fucking get this arrow out of my disguise that you fucking mess with. I swear. That was you, wasn't it?"
Um, you said the tree was hollow, right?
Yes.
So theoretically, even if it did break the arrow, I could just like kick it and it would like kick it away and it would roll away.
Yes.
Can I do that?
Can you roll a strength check for me?
Okay. I don't see strength. Um,
Strength is one of the ones at the very top. They aren't in the box. It's the very first one.
6.
Right. You kick it and it does a little it pushes like a little far away, not far enough away that it's like across the forest, but is far away enough so that the man could only grab it if he reached far enough.
Okay. Um, I like to step over the tree and hold one of my. Wait, is he like laying down or sitting up?
He's like on his knees because he was trying to go ahead and get the arrow out of the tree.
Okay, I'd like to step over the tree trunk. I step over the tree trunk and put a sword to his chest, asking, "Who are you and what are you doing here?"
My name is Alberon. I am just here to search for the legendary monsters that people keep on talking about in town. I don't suppose you're one of them. You look far too strangly.
Right.
Like I could
That's
fucking
rude.
strangle you if I really wanted to.
He does. Does he have a weapon?
Um, he does. He has a dagger on his belt, although he isn't reaching for it at the moment. He seems like a bard. He seems like he's just trying to intimidate you. He seems like he's not a real threat.
I'd like to sarcastically say, "Thanks for the compliment." And then my voice goes blunt and I repeat, "Who are you and what are you doing here?"
I already told you my name. I already told you my task. Listen, I have a family. If you're gonna kill me, do it now. Just get them to know who the fuck I don't know what you want from me. Listen, I have a sister. She's back in town. You'd probably know her if you. I don't know if you went to town. You look really messer.
Bam. Rude. Okay. I just stare at him blankly and I don't remove my sword from his chest, so it's kind of just like poking him. But like, do I have anything that you know what? Screw it. I'm using a C-string. So kind of like this.
Mhm.
That's how it's poking him. um, and I just stare at him, waiting for him to say something else.
Listen, I don't know who you are or what you want, but can I just continue on with my task, please?
Mm, they just ignore the pleas. and like ignore the plea and just bluntly and a bit annoyed say, "Get the hell out of get the hell out of my home."
Do you take the sword away from his chest?
No.
Alright, he bends backwards to get away from the sword, does a roll, grabs the tree, and sprints in the direction of the kingdom.
Yeah, we're dead. Anyways,
But he seems to not. Okay, he seems to not know what's in that direction. He seems to not realize that there's a whole kingdom over there. He seems to just want to go find the monsters and thinks it's this entire forest.
um, am I able to go and grab my father's bow and attempt to shoot him?
Well, you used the boat before. Do you have it on already?
And I feel like it'd be like on me
Yeah.
because I was using it.
I'm gonna say you already have the bow. You already have a few arrows as you grab it on your way out. Uh, um, roll performance again to shoot.
11.
Alright, you shoot a few arrows his direction, but none hits the trunk as he's putting it back on.
Oh, so I can't shoot his dick.
No.
Aw.
There, several arrows got close, but they didn't actually hit him or the trunk of the tree that he fucking hollowed out.
Which is impressive without breaking the bark. Um, can I go and collect the arrows, or is it far too dark to see where they are?
You probably had to grab them in the morning. It's about midnight at this point, maybe a bit later.
Okay. Uh, I'd like to go back in the cave, put the bow back, and attempt to go back to sleep.
Alright. Um, let's see. Can you do a Constitution saving throw for me? So saving throws are right next to the big box of things. It should be con, and then there should be right next to it a plus something.
Uh, 10.
All right. You have a fairly restless sleep. Um, but you are able to get back to sleep and stay asleep
All right.
until let's say about 7:30 in the morning when you are woken up by your father, um, leaning over you and shaking your shoulders, saying, "Hey, kiddo, you good?"
Is there like tear marks, tear marks on my face or something?
No, but you were thrashing about.
Ah, okay, okay.
You look like you might
Um,
pick up a couple bruises on your arms from hitting the cave in places where you probably shouldn't have.
yeah. Uh, can I like quickly get up and accidentally hit my head on the cave wall? Because I mean, I'm probably sleeping by the wall, so that'd be like,
Mm. Uh,
boop.
you wake up with a start and you hit your head on the wall of the cave before getting up and meeting your father at eye level.
Yay. Uh, I apologize for thrashing and just say I had a bad nightmare.
Your father chuckles and goes, "No worries, that's fine. Um, I, you just seem really restless. Are you okay? Also, do you know what happened to my arrows in that? I think a animal might have come and stolen a few.
Um, he paused for a second, trying to think of a lie. He quickly made up one and said, "Yeah, it was probably just just an animal." He was speaking fast and also stuttering because he was well nervous
My cat.
about his
My
father,
cat.
their father finding out that
Oh
they
no,
were
don't.
lying.
My father would like to say hi.
Hello,
My IRL father would like to say hello.
hello.
Hi, Dad.
Who's this?
This is my online child.
Ah,
Would
a
you like to
pleasure.
introduce yourself? Okay.
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Knox.
This is Nox. This is child. Um, we are running through a story.
Aha.
Yeah. And that is Sprouts. Their stuffed animal. Uh, frog.
Hello, Sprout. It is a pleasure making your acquaintance.
they made a funky character who also has a frog named Sprout.
Tracks.
Except it's alive. Except it's
Yes,
alive.
it is a live frog, not a stuffed animal frog.
Oh, that just makes it more fun.
Exactly, I know, right?
Alright, I won't bother. Just wanted to say hello.
Hi, love you.
Love you too. No, Emma.
Father seems so sweet.
He is. This is why I'm making the character dad really sweet.
Is the
What?
character dead? Just your dad?
Yeah, kind of. Um,
Okay.
can you roll a deception for me though, to see how well you lied to your father?
4.
He notices that something's up, but he doesn't mention it.
Good.
He just
Um,
goes, yeah, sure, okay. Um, I'm gonna go look for my arrows in the forest because I'm guessing that's where the that's where uh-huh. And he just leaves the cave.
wait, can I call out wait and then just like stutter a little bit? Just like I'll get the arrows. It's fine. I'll get the arrows.
Your father nods and says, "Yeah, that's probably best." Because he knows you
Okay,
did something with
okay.
it. He knows something with you happened.
Ow! And just like run along, collect the arrows, and then also see that was what was his name? The brother's name,
Alberon, I think.
Abron. Was he bleeding at all?
No, he was not. The uh, you noticed last night while you were talking to him in the moonlight, he didn't seem like he was bleeding. Because the arrow stuck into the tree trunk itself, not him.
Okay. Um. So I go back to the place where I was last night and immediately just like get a bad feeling because of the previous event. I just try to ignore it and go grab the arrows, except and attempt try my best to grab one that's really stuck in the tree.
Um, let's see. Can you once again roll strength for me?
8.
Alright, it does not come loose.
Oh. Um, can I put the arrows like down and hold them by my foot and try with 2 hands this time to try to get the arrow again?
Alright, yes, roll strength with advantage, so roll it twice and get the higher roll.
8 again.
Is that the higher roll? Seriously?
A 4 and 8.
You try it again, and it once again does not budge.
Can I just break the arrow?
You could, but I don't think your father would be very happy with you.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna grab the other arrows and go back to the cave.
You go back to the cave, and your mother seems to be making breakfast. She looks at you and says, "Thank you for grabbing those arrows, hon. Um, can you put them with the rest?"
Uh, I just nod and put them with the rest, staying silent because the events of the previous night are still like lingering in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Uh, let's see. What do I want to happen next? Can you roll an let's see. Uh, can you roll investigation for me?
17.
Okay. As you put the arrows down and move to go back outside of the cave to your mother, you notice the same guy from before um, running back this direction without the tree on him this time.
Can I like um can I grab my swords and go like directly into his path so that he either bumps into me or just like stops and stumbles?
Mhm. You go uh, to the edge of your little clearing where the cave is. Your mother stares at you, going, "What? What?" And then she notices in front of you, Abra, and he is running full force, and he kind of skids to a stop, really close in front of you. "Hey, kid, please don't stop me."
Please don't stab me. Um, um, um,
Your mother gets up and uh, gets in between you two, making you put your swords down, and cups this guy's cheek, going, uh, "You're back." And
oh,
your brother stumbles back and goes, "Hey, lady, I don't know you. Um,
no. Um, can I grab my swords again, push him back, step in front of my mother, and put like a sword to his chin like this?
yes, you can. Can you roll intimidation for me?"
I'm intimidated. Am I intimidated? God damn it. I got an 8. I got an
Um,
8.
he just kind of looks down at you, being like, "Listen, kid, I don't think this is the time. I'm kind of being chased right now. Can you just not?"
Uh, he stares at him blankly for a second before repeating one of his words. Chase? Before adding his own. Are you kidding me? Why did you come here?
"This is the direction to my village."
You couldn't have, gone around the forest?
"That
You didn't
takes
have.
too long."
Well, maybe if it took too long, then you wouldn't have done whatever it was to get yourself chased.
"There's a
You're putting
fucking
all of us
kingdom
in
in the
danger.
middle of the forest that I didn't know beforehand.
I,
Can you just let me go?"
Can I punch him?
Roll strength.
Fuck, please, please. I think you know what I got.
I don't actually.
An 8. Again.
What's with you and eights?
I don't know. Maybe because it's October, it's the 8th month of the year? No.
you know what? I'm gonna roll. Where's the correct thing? Dexterity to see if he can dodge it.
Please,
He
please
got a
don't tell me
15.
he got.
He ducks down, and you swing at air, um, and then
God damn it.
he skirts around you and around your mother, and but before he can get to the back of the cave, your father grabs him. He goes, "Hey,
Uh,
kid, where are you going so fast?"
uh, can I walk up to him, grab him from my father, apologize, and push him to the ground and put a foot on his chest?
Again, roll strength.
Uh, hold on a second. I'm in a session. Good, I'm in a session. Bye. I'm in a session.
Can I hear your
No.
mic just?
5. There. 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 I'll tell you after. 5. I'll tell you after. Bye.
Goodness
Bye.
gracious.
Bye. Strength. No, just strength because I pinned a dude down. Bye. Thank you. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine.
What the heck did me? Oh, I can't speed these live. Anyways, continue.
Can you roll strength for me, to see if you succeed?
6.
That's somehow worse. um, you push him. He stumbles backward, but doesn't fall over. Uh,
Damn it.
and he just goes, What the fuck is your problem with me? Just let me go home, damn it."
I would let you go home if you didn't fucking come here. You didn't put me and my goddamn family in danger. So if you don't fess up what you did right now, I swear to fucking God, I'm going to kill you on the spot.
I didn't do anything. I just found their kingdom, and they were just like, "Guards, get them! No one can know about us." And I ran. And
And I kill him either way.
as he's saying this, you notice a woman coming into the clearing. Uh, a woman that you haven't met previously. Um, she is in kind of a ranger getup. She has a uh, she has a little bit of armor on, almost like she wasn't expecting to have to put armor on that day. Um, although she looks like she is from the kingdom that you had run from previously, uh, that, um, and that she is one of the top guards from there. And she has with her a coyote friend, the friend that you had met beforehand.
Okay. Um, do I notice her?
Yes, your mother, your father all notice her, but the guy yelling at you does not.
Yeah, I think I know why the guard's here then. Um, I turn around and look at the guard, saying, "What the fuck are you doing here? What do you want?"
I'm here for him, and apparently for all of you too. No one's supposed to be in this forest. You know who I am, don't you?
Do I?
You have an idea. You know that she is from the guard of the kingdom you had run from previously. Although by what can you roll a insight check for me to see if you know more?
18. Good enough.
You can tell that she's surprised that uh she's very surprised that you know who she is. It seems like people aren't supposed to know of the kingdom anymore.
Mm,
And at this point, Alberon has noticed this woman and is trying to run, although your father is not permitting him to. Your father is whispering in his ear, "We go down like a fucking family, son." And your brother is like, "I not what you mean."
okay. Um. Hold on. Okay. I'm just. Uh. I would like to. Um. Wait. Where's Sprout? Is Sprout like? Where's Sprout?
Sprout is still in the little pond that you put him in last night.
Okay. Um. I'd like to grab both of my swords this time instead of one, and approach her, kind of just ignoring the coyote, but also making sure Sprout stays hidden, mostly. So, the coyote doesn't eat him.
Mm-hmm. What are you
Please
trying to
don't kill
do
us,
by
Sprout.
getting closer to this guard?
Either intimidate her or try to get her to leave.
Alright, can you roll intimidation, please?
9.
Let's see. She doesn't seem to be super phased. She pulls out her own swords and, well, actually, no. You know what? She pulls out a fucking battle axe.
Oh!
Um, and
Good
she
thing she
goes,
doesn't have a
"Hey,
gun.
she goes, hey kid, I don't want to hurt you. I just want you out of my fucking forest. Stay with the rest of your damn family."
Um, I paused for a second thinking about her words, still staring a bit blankly at her, and then glancing back at, how do you say his name? At Rayon. How do you say his name?
I say it like Alberon.
Albron. Glancing back at Albron. No, that's not. Hold on. Glancing back at Albron and saying, "If I give you the boy, will you leave us alone?"
She shrugs and goes, "Well, probably not, but I'll take him."
um,
And your mother just stares
I
at you
look at.
like, "Kid, this is not your decision."
Um, I think for a second I want to barter the with the guard and say, "Please, look, we don't have anywhere to go. If we give you the boy, will you leave us alone?"
She stares at you, then your mother, who nods, and she goes, "If you give me the boy, I'll give you a month to get out of my forest, instead of taking you out myself now." How does that sound?
Mm,
I know for a fact there are towns nearby. I know for a fact they don't know of our kingdom. And I know for a fact that if you go there for long enough, you also won't know about our kingdom. So if you just get out of the damn forest, it'll be fine.
um, but can I interrupt her before she finishes her sentence?
Say that
Can I interrupt her before
again?
she finishes her sentence? Bless you.
Yes.
Before she finishes her sentence, I interrupt. Yes, I might know for a fact that no other towns know about your goddamn kingdom, but I know about your stupid kingdom. And look, your kingdom is the absolute fucking worst. It should be put down. Alright? I do not care if rangers or hunters or bards come into this forest, try to get us out. We live here. And technically, we have not ownership. What's the word? We have we had a home in your kingdom, but your asshole of a king decided to kick us out.
Our asshole king was trying to protect us from a fucking murderer in your family.
No
So,
one murdered anyone.
if you don't get out of the forest, we will force you out by whatever means. Even if that means killing you and your fucking family.
You can kill me. I do not care. But if you even try to lay a hand on my family, I swear to God, I will take over your kingdom and kill every single one of you.
Your mother glares at you and puts her hand over your mouth, saying, "I don't care if you care if you die or not. You're not dying by my watch. This is not your decision to make, kiddo." And she glances over at your father, and your father nods as uh, he bends down to pick up his bow and arrows. All right,
What
ma'am.
about food?
He um, turns his attention to the guard and says, "All right, ma'am. If you leave us alone, including both the children, we will get out within a week." Um, and the guard says, "That's all I need. Thank you, sir. Uh, I will be I will be bringing in a couple guards in a week and make sure you keep your promise. Just get the boy away and this kid, huh? Whoever the hell they are. Just get out of my forest, and we're good. We won't bother you if you just get the fuck out and stay the fuck out."
Um, After she turns around to leave, can I like attempt? Wait, what kind of armor does she have on?
She has on, um, a chest plate, but that's it.
Just on her chest? That's all?
Um, but it's like one of those chest plates that goes over your head and goes on your back and your torso, and but not on the arms or goes lower than the stomach.
Okay, okay. Um,
And the coyote is following suit with her as she turns to leave.
as she's as she's like, as her back is facing me, can I use my sword to attempt to cut either like through her shoulder or just like a big gash on her shoulder?
You can, but since you are basically being held back by your mother, let's see. Um, roll a dexterity.
5.
What was that?
5.
You are not able to get past your mother's type grip.
Damn it. I want to kill her. Not my mother. Not my beautiful mother. Um, can I just yell swears at her while she leaves?
Yes, you can.
I will yell swears at her while she leaves.
She is
I don't want to
unbothered.
say
She is used
I
to
don't want to
this.
say too many because uh
She is unbothered. She continues walking. It seems like she is very used to being yelled at.
um can I how big is the field?
The clearing where the cave is? 20 foot around. Like, yeah. In every
Okay.
direction, there's 20 feet, basically.
Okay.
And you guys are
Can
on the edge
I?
of the clearing.
Mhm. Can I push away from my mother, grab my father's bow, and attempt to shoot her arm?
Um, Goodness.
I'm violent.
Yeah, the fuck you are. Uh, Try doing dexterity once again to try and get out of your mother's grip.
9.
She rolled a 23. You are once again not able to get out of your mother's grip.
Wait, how'd you roll 23?
Because of my modification, my pluses.
Oh, so you add the pluses?
Yeah, you add the mods.
Every time you're supposed to add it.
Unless you get a natural something, yes. Unless you get a nat 1 or nat 20.
I've just been saying the numbers.
Kiddo.
Can I re-roll? Because I did not know that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. 10, then. No, that 8, sorry. 8.
Well, you're still not able to get out of her grip. She still rolled a 23.
What is an 8's problem with me? That's my only question.
Just apparently really not strong.
Okay. Um,
Or dexterous, apparently.
my everything is just not strong.
You are only level 3.
Mm. Apart from investigation. Investigation's good. Um, I glare at her until she leaves and finally calm down, annoyed at the boy who gave us such a short amount of time to leave.
Okay. Your father has lost his. Your father has uh, got his hands off of the brother of yours, and your brother is also turning to leave, and he's like, I'm done with this shit. Let me just go back to my fucking sister. Damn it.
Can I grab his throat this time and pin him down on the cave floor?
Well, he's about 30 feet away from you, so.
Um, walk up to him, grab his throat, and I need to walk. I don't
You're
have
gonna
super
once
long
again
arms.
have to do a strength. You do know this, right? At this point, you should have just been a barbarian. Damn it.
12.
Let's see. I'm gonna have to roll a dexterity for him. He got a natural 1. Uh, uh,
So
you
I do pin him.
you grab his throat, push him onto the ground. You are fucking strangling him with your father trying to pull you off this fucking dude, and he's just yelling at you, being like, "This is your fucking brother, kiddo, please, kiddo, this is your brother, please do not kill him." And the kid under your weight is just like, I. What do you mean I'm their brother? I don't know you lot.
Okay. Um, I can I strangle him until he like blacks out.
um, let's see. I'm gonna
Wait a
try to
minute.
roll strength for your father to see if he can get you off, but likely. Actually, he rolled a 22. So no, you cannot do it until he blacks out, but he is fucking close. Although your father pulls you off of him, and you go stumbling backward to the cave entrance.
How long was I holding him down for? Was it more than 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Well, then he would already have been blacked out because only almost 4.5 uh pounds of pressure on placed on the jugular for 10 seconds is enough to cause a blackout.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well,
So,
let's say it was like 8 seconds then. Because he is not completely blacked out yet, but he is fucking close.
mm, can I? So while I yell very a lot of swear words that I probably shouldn't know at him, can I try to get out of my father's grip?
You are out of your father's grip. He pushed you back to the cave entrance.
Oh,
He is no longer holding you.
oh. Okay then. Can I try to tackle him again?
Roll a dexterity to get around your fucking father.
11.
uh, let's see. You are not quite around your father, but you, uh, you are being held by his arm, and you have made him stumble back a few feet. So you are now
So
about, let's say, 2 feet away from this dude you're trying to fucking kill for some reason,
can
even though
I go
he's your
back to
damn
strangling?
brother.
Can I go back to strangling him for at least 10 seconds?
No, your brother gets up and he fucking sprints out of there.
So I try to grab him, but barely miss, which, damn it, and yell another string of curses at him. This cursing more like a sailor. No, not more like a sailor, more than a sailor.
Your father puts his hand over your mouth and just 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 holds you there like, child, I swear, be quiet.
Okay. I finally eventually calm down and um push off my father. Can I like push off my father using my elbows, kind of like jab into his sides?
Yes.
Can I do that? Can I do that?
Yeah.
And then just like walk to the entrance of the cave and um just kind of go around to the back and into the forest. Not too deep, but just into the forest.
Neither your mother or your father follow you, seemingly more preoccupied with starting packing.
Yeah, that's fair. hmm Do I have Sprout with me?
Do you have Sprout with you? Did you grab him?
Yeah. I just kept him hidden so the coyote wouldn't get to him. Um, I grab, I put Sprout on the ground and feed him another worm from my little pouch and just look at him kind of like on the verge of tears because sad.
Mm-hmm. Sprout hops onto your lap and is just there, seemingly for comfort. It seems like he's trying to comfort you. Although it's kind of hard to tell
That's,
considering he's a fucking frog.
um, since neither my father nor my mother, my father nor my mother is near me and they're preoccupied, can I get up and go through the forest trying to get to the village outside the forest once again?
Yes, you can.
Do I have to roll anything or
No, you just go.
okay?
I mean, unless you want to roll a
Um,
survival. I mean, I don't see why you'd
what
have to
would I
though.
roll?
Survival, maybe. See if you don't fucking
Eh.
die on the way there.
Okay, I get to the town and kind of just stare at it, just blankly, not knowing what to think of it.
As you are there, you notice your. Actually, wait, roll investigation to see if you notice anything.
Natural 20. Or
Alright.
would that be with the bonus or?
Natural 20 doesn't do any bonuses, it's just the best roll you can get.
Okay.
As you are on the edge of the forest, you notice right by the Adventurers Guild shop that you saw your father at before. You notice your brother and sister chatting in hushed, worried tones. They look like they. It looks like your brother is recounting everything that happened beforehand, and your sister is listening to him and being very concerned for his fucking well being.
Um, I'm like 90% sure because I was grabbing him like this, probably. There's some marks on there that look a little bit like something they shouldn't look like,
Yeah, no,
you
there
know?
there are definitely bruises
Bruises.
there. Um, your sister is noticing them and supposedly talking about them. Um, it seems like your sister has a sort of definitely like that older child energy. Whereas the brother definitely seems like a middle child because kind of is.
Yeah. Um, can I just like walk around the outskirts of the town until I get to some kind of water source?
Yes, they're right past the town is the ocean. Um, Although you'd have to go through town to get there, and but like on the there blah, 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 blah. But there aren't any water sources in that in any direction that you can see. Uh, you'd have to go back into the forest if you wanted to find a pond or anything from that you have had your supply water from during the time you've been living in the forest.
I just want to find like some kind of water source to sit by.
Um, I'd say your best bet is just to go to the beach, to go to the dock.
Yeah. So can I just like walk through the town not caring really how I look, not caring about any stairs and just sit by the ocean?
Yes. Um, there are different people, several people who notice you, but no one really cares to stop you or anything. And you sit on the dock where there are currently people boarding a ferry.
Um, can I get off the dock and go to like the sand bed?
Yes, you can. There's no one there. You are alone with your thoughts and Sprout.
And Sprout. Don't forget Sprout. Um, do you think either of said siblings would like see someone just like on the sand bed and think, "Oh, they look lonely. Should I talk to
Mm,
them?" Like anyone really?
I think your brother wouldn't want to talk to you right now, and probably your
Yeah.
sister wouldn't either. Although you while you were walking to the beach, you noticed that the pawn shop owner was going ahead and closing up for supposedly a lunch break, and noticed you walking and followed you over to the beach where they kind of just like uh, sat next to you, going, "Hey, kid, you good?"
Can I just like stare blankly into the water, not blinking, not exactly breathing either, because that's what happens when I that when like actually I zone out. I just stop breathing sometimes. I just stare at the water blankly, not staring, not blinking, and not breathing. Kind of just zoned out in another world ish.
Uh, if you were to at some at you just frog blink at me. If you were to slightly zone in at any point, you would notice that the pawn shop owner was just doing her normal thing, just yapping, uh, talking about her day, about her family. She's just talking just to talk, and she seems glad there's someone there just listen, supposedly.
Except they're not really listening. Um, they slightly zone in at like the constant noise and look over at her with like a tired glare, basically wordlessly saying, "What do you want?"
Mm, roll intimidation.
Yeah. I'm not trying to intimidate her.
No, I know.
12, 13, sorry.
Um, she looks over at you, mid-sentence, and goes, "Hi, I. Do you want to listen to any of this? If you want me to go, I can."
Um, I just shrug, taking like soft breaths in and out because not breathing for a bit makes that happen. And just stare at the ocean as Sprout is just like on on the head. Sprout is just on the head, trying to bring whatever comfort he can.
Mm, she just continues talking. But it's been about 2 hours. If you want, we can go ahead and continue this one shot at a later date, or we could just end it here.
I want to continue. I want angst.
Alright, we can continue this
Well,
at a
maybe
later
not angst.
date.
Yeah, you busy?
Um, I don't know what we can do. We can go ahead and plan this later on. But anyway, this was the Lone Child. Um, my name is Rin. This is Nox. I am your DM. Uh, they play a little moon elf uh, from the kingdom in the woods. And we will see you all at a later date. Bye bye.